Oh boy, did I get something in the mail that I've been excited to talk about. One of my favorite movies, and it's from Grindhouse Releasing. Let's get into it. So I'm doing this video and maybe I may have different clothes on. I don't know, okay? But I'm so excited to open this up, and I didn't want to open it up without doing it with you guys. I'm going to do an review of this movie as well, but this is just me unboxing it so that you can see what's inside. I may just make this a unboxing video so you can check it out. We'll see. I'll try to do it up a little bit so you guys can see what's inside, and then I'll do a review and kind of what the extras are in another video. All right, so I haven't opened it yet. I just literally was doing another video about the Mega Blood Moon, the Freelancer review, which you should be checking out. And I got this put on my desk as I was reviewing it. I was like, what are you doing in here? And she, and she ran off. Excellent packing, it seems, from Grindhouse Releasing. But we got The Eye of Aban. Yes, it's that Lucio Fulci release of The Beyond.
I've been looking for you.
Yes. God, I can't wait to open this. Look, you get the book inside of it. Oh, I love that. I almost kind of wish that they would have made the outside box just the book, that you use as the case, but there is quite a bit in here. But yeah, I got the eye because I ordered early. So got the little symbol on there. There was also a doll version, which, was a bit more. I was tempted to buy it, trust me, because I'm such a nut about these things. Wow, the case, very sturdy. Just show you the case before we get into the inside here. Very super sturdy, very thick. You can hear that. This is the 6-disc Deluxe Edition. That is like $66 plus shipping. I paid the additional $14 to get it quick ship because I wanted this ASAP. But I'm going to be watching this tonight and then checking out all the extras and stuff all night and day today. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You got that. Grindhouse does a really good job on the extras, always. We'll get into more details on that later. We do come with the booklet here, Lucio Fulci, La Adria Tenenbaum booklet, which I'll show you here. Is written by Martin Bain and Jesper Mark, designed by Martin Bain. Special thanks to Thano Cladautos and Oliver Opry. So they've been working on this for a while. Talk about More Than Meets the Eye by Jesper Mark. The Beyond, Dardano Sarchetti's myth synopsis. The Beyond, Dardano Sarchetti's early 26-page treatment, classic art gallery, original title, and more. Now, there's 6 discs in here. Stick around to see what I think of the extras. Oh, this is very cool, guys. Look at that. They did a really good job here, man. Like, I know everybody gets mad about what I'm about to show you on the inside with these slip discs and stuff. Some people are really against them. I really don't mind in this particular case because it's the Book of Aban. This is pretty fucking primo. For what you get for the price here, man, they really went all out. This has the original theatrical version, composer's cut by Fabio Frizzi, which I want to explain to you is that basically you're going to get the original theatrical version of this movie, and you're also going to get a new version, the composer's cut, which Fabio Frizzi, who did the original music for this, redid. So he's like updated all of the stuff and it sounds a little bit different in some of the ways, because I watched this both tracks on both of these, because there's multiple tracks including commentaries and everything on here. But just know that there's the DTS, stereo, multi, and mono, theatrical, and then there is the composer's cut, which is an all new score that he has done himself. It's not all new, it's just redoing it, and it sounds more classy, if you will, if that makes sense to you. He went in with his whole band and an orchestra and all this other stuff to really try to class it up, and it really does make it extra classy. Like, it genuinely sounds amazing. Now, I will say, I think a lot of people are very nostalgic when it comes to these kind of things, so you may prefer the original one just because you like how you hear it, how you remember it. It's how you regale of watching this movie. Honestly, I think it really sounds good here, and I'm not just saying that. It really was hard for me to, I went back and forth throughout the whole movie, and it plays pretty much the same as in the movie, just it's a little bit more updated for nowadays. I mean, honestly, I think that's very cool that we get both of them on here, and not to mention, there is also the visual part, which is the theatrical, where it has a sort of sepia look in the beginning. You can opt to pick the composer's cut and then switch to the audio to go back to the original kind of color, because some people like to have it with the sepia tone where the theatrical version was like that, or they like it without that sepia and it's just standard, you know, color. I think both look fantastic, but I switched and opted for the color one. Then of course we also get the Beyond on the Blu-ray, which is pretty much the same exact thing, just in 1080p, not 4K like the first disc. All the same extras, everything's pretty much exactly the same, just in 1080p. And then the Beyond Extras disc and the archival extras, which is all the stuff that they've done on previous ones, I'm assuming, which is pretty awesome, because I have that old tin, you know, from the full not Full Moon, what was it, the Anchor Bay tin. This has the 7 Doors of Death copy, which is the one that's kind of edited. That's the US version that we got out here before we got to see the uncut, which was years later. And this one has a completely different score to the entire movie, which was done by some people in New York. Pretty cool. They include that version in here in case you grew up on that version, you want to see that. And then we have the original motion picture soundtrack by Fabio Frizzi, which is right there. And then of course you finally get on disc 6 the complete composer's cut soundtrack that he redid and everything since 2016 and takes on the road with him when he shows the movie and plays along with it. So, and then a little bit extra on the back here. This is fantastic, man. Wow. I'll try to have some extra footage showing you all of this, guys. I will put a link down below for you to pick up a copy if you're looking to get a copy of this. Beyond is some people's favorite movie of all time. I'm personally a City of the Living Dead guy. That is by far my favorite Fulci film, but I think this one is probably the close second. Probably the more fully realized horror epic of one of his horror movies, I think. This is amazing. This might be one of the best releases this year. And for the price point of $66, yeah, that's amazing. Now let's talk about the picture quality. I like the picture quality. Even if you want to do the sepia like intro or the color version, all the colors look really good. Everything pops really freaking well. A fantastic looking film. It looks like I've never seen it before, and the 4K really pops on the screen. I checked it versus the Blu-ray, and yeah, they're different on a lot of aspects, but the similar coloring and everything, it's all there. It looks good on both of this, but the 4K is definitely the way to go on this one. In my personal opinion, it looks amazing. It's a 4K scan from the original Technoscope camera negative, so it's all brand new on that respect. The only thing that's not different is that, you know, we get the audio tracks. Like I said, they get the multi, DTS HD multi, stereo, mono for the theatrical and regular versions. And then you also get the new Fabio Frizzi, which is the 5.1 audio, DTS HD master audio, and the original Italian language soundtrack, and the original mono mix. So all of that is there. And then you get 3 separate commentary tracks by cinematographer Sergio Salvati, makeup artist Gianetto De Rossi, and stars Catriona McCall and David Warbeck. There's a ton of, you know, different in-depth interviews that you can get for this, including old and new. Some are in the 2017s, 2016s, and then you get stuff all the way back in the 80s. So there is just a ton of different things. All the different trailers from international to US and all of that. Obviously, the cover here is done by Emanuele Taglietti and Antonello Fulci. There is newly discovered archival interviews with Catriona McCall and David Warbeck. So stills gallery, theatrical trailers, you know, everything. And or obviously the composer's cut on disc now, so you have that for yourself as well. But other than that, the composer's cut sounds fantastic. Now there are some Easter eggs, and I wanted to go over a couple of those before we close this thing up here, just so you know about it. I'm not going to spoil all of them because I think half the fun is kind of looking for them. I spent like all night long looking these up, and I'll tell you about 3 of them, and then you can find the others on the other discs. Everything, there's always like an extra Easter egg. The first 2 discs are pretty much identical when it comes to Easter eggs, so I'll show you right here. Now, obviously, you got the screen here, the opener, which just looks fantastic, by the way. If you look over here to the little guys on the left here at the end of the movie, you'll see if you click on that, it'll give you like the locations. It's just a short 4-minute thing of all the different locations that they did, which is still pretty cool. You know, you can see the sepias being used here that I was talking about, and then obviously the regular location of where they were. It looks way different than it did back then. It almost looked like they manicured the whole thing back then, like someone mowed the lawn. And then if you go over here to the setup and you go to up to that little symbol there, the Eye of Avon symbol, right up in the O and the O right here, you open it up and listen to this. This is just some weird stuff with Eliza and like her, like the voices talking to her. I don't know why, but it's like 4 minutes long and it's crazy. And then if you go back here, go back to the special features, and if you click on that and you go down to Fabio Frizzi's cut and move to the left, you'll get a little note symbol there. And if you click on it, it's like a 15-minute thing of the Beyond Fest from 2016 when he had actually done the composer's cut that he was doing to the original track. It's got a little bit with Bruce Campbell talking about Ash versus Evil Dead and you know, the premiere of the 2nd season, and then they get into the music with Fabio Frizzi and the F2F band that they perform live at Beyond Fest, which is pretty cool. It's just the intro, so nothing too much there, but nice little Easter egg to have in this anyway, because, you know, why would you not want to see the maestro in action? It's cool to see this. This is a lot like what their live performances look like. I'm sure they've updated it since then, but yeah, very cool to have all the extras in the menu. Would love to see what you guys think of this. I'll try to include and put this video up today, and then I'll do a review on the next video after this. So I'll be putting up quite a few videos in the next couple of days. Watch them to the end because it really does help me out, guys. And if you enjoyed this content, hit the like and subscribe button, and of course share it with your friends because that goes a long way too. Like I said, link down below if you want to pick up a copy of this. Highly recommend it so far. And just what I see, it seems amazing, and Grindhouse really does a good job. But thank you for coming by, and as always, long live the void.